So today is our first day in the new house. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't sleep that well last night. I woke up like crazy early because I was just thinking of loads of things I wanted to do and things like on my to-do list. So I'm tired, but it was like good stuff. It wasn't stressy stuff. It was more like excited to get started. Steve is currently at our storage unit picking stuff up because we have to return the van later today. I've been starting to do a little bit of cleaning, organising stuff, but I thought before I get too far, I'll take you guys around the house so you can see what it's like. Pretty much empty. We've obviously got some basics in, but like a proper blank canvas. This is where we're starting day one kind of vibe. So let's take a look. So first up, this is the hallway as soon as you walk in. Stairs going upstairs, which we've just come for a bungalow, so this in itself, big change. To the right here, I've got my office. Obviously there's like basically nothing in here at the moment. This is my first time having my own office, which is so nice. I'm really excited to kind of make this very much like my own space. This is south facing, so the front of the house is south facing. Today is very dark and gloomy, so the lighting's probably not going to be amazing. We've just had our fibre installed today, so perfect timing because I'm back at work very soon. But yeah, it's not like giant, but it's perfect size for what I want. So coming back out here, if we go in here, we have the lounge. So I am beyond excited for what we're going to turn this room into. So things we loved about this room, the bay window. It's only a little bay window, but I just think it's so cute. Obviously the curtains won't be staying, but we appreciate them leaving them here because it's always handy to have them, right? We've got big plans for this kind of wall here, doing a big, I don't know, media wall fireplace situation. We haven't quite decided just yet. I couldn't find the legs for the TV, so it's balanced there. It doesn't look very safe, but it is what it is. We have got our sofa in, so we got that in last night, just so we had somewhere to kind of like chill out, watch TV. And over on this side, we're thinking probably having like some armchairs there. I'll show you what those doors lead to in a minute. But we're thinking at the moment, we definitely want to live in this house and kind of see how things work for us. But we like having the doors there that we can shut the lounge off if we want to. Rocky, that is risky. We can shut everything off if we want to, but like if we've got people over and we're entertaining, we can open those up. So we like having that kind of flexibility to do what we want with this. Out here, so this is basically just like a little Harry Potter-esque cupboard. Nothing too exciting, but storage is amazing. Watch out. This is where things get a little funky in my opinion. So right in front of us here, we have the downstairs toilet. I don't love having that directly in front of you as you walk in. Personal preference kind of thing, it's not the end of the world. However, this is a really good size for like a downstairs kind of toilet room, cloakroom, whatever you want to call it. We're thinking maybe rejigging the layout a bit, but again, we just want to live in it and see how we get on. Rocky, are we going to close you in there? Bye. So to the left of the toilet, this is the dining room. So obviously this house was built in the early 2000s, back when people used to do a separate dining room, and I feel like we don't really want a separate dining room. This obviously opens back up onto the lounge. This is what those double doors are. It's a good size room. It's just we would never have a separate diner. So whether we open it up to the kitchen or turn it into a separate snug, we don't know just yet. At the moment, it leads onto a conservatory. I'll take you in here quickly, but it's not the greatest. Firstly, it's absolutely Baltic when you walk in here, and also it's leaking. So this isn't going to be staying. You can even see like, look at all the trim from these is like falling down. The condensation in here is wild. Conservatories aren't great, right? Anyone who has a conservatory know they're hot in the summer, cold in the winter. It opens up onto the garden, not that you can see because of all the condensation. I'll take you out there after. So we'll be doing something with this, either just ripping it down or replacing it with more of a solid structure with like a proper roof and insulation. We're not entirely sure just yet. Again, we're going to live in it. It seems like a waste to get rid of so much floor space because it is really, really big and it kind of wraps around, but we will just never use this room. Rocky, you're going to get locked in here again. Come on. The dogs have settled in so well, but they're very much exploring with us still. So on the other side of the toilet is the kitchen. I'll tell you what, this kitchen actually is really good quality and it's really clean, very functional. We've obviously had, our last place was a fixer-upper, and when we moved in, the whole kitchen was like condemned. Nothing worked. It was just absolutely disgusting. But the owners of this house have taken such good care of it. It is such a nice house. It's so clean. It's so well looked after. Obviously, we have come from very open plan living. We're used to that really open plan lounge, kitchen, diner vibe. We like having a separate lounge. That's something we did want. But obviously, this as it is, isn't exactly what we want. So this is what we need to live with and figure out, like, okay, do we just kind of knock through and just join these two rooms up and relocate the toilet? We have no idea. We could extend out, but I really don't want to lose the garden because it's not that deep. So we'll see. But yeah, obviously not our style, but you know, we will be replacing it eventually, but we'll definitely be donating this kitchen because it is really good quality and we don't just want to, you know, chuck it in landfill. And yeah, we've got built-in oven and stuff there. And then over here, bear with some of the stuff, obviously, like there's rubbish everywhere and we don't have a kitchen bin yet. There's this kind of like funky archway which leads into this. This is actually what they called a breakfast room. It's quite small for a breakfast room. So I guess if you had like a really, really small round table, yeah, great. And I can kind of like see by the light, that's probably what they did. But it then leads into the utility room. So that was like top of our wish list. We wanted this for our last house and we just couldn't get everything we wanted in our budget. But with two dogs, having a utility room is so handy. So it's not huge, but obviously a utility room is a utility room. It's just great to have. So we've got space for our washer and dryer there, which we need to plumb in. We have a tool unit here, which is just amazing for storage. Obviously it looks out onto the garden. And then one of the things we definitely wanted was a door that opened up onto the garden as well. So we can let the dogs in and out of here and not worry about them running, you know, wet paw prints throughout the house. But yeah, I'll take you out afterwards, but that's a little look at the garden. And then this is exciting for me, but probably not that exciting for a lot of people. This leads directly into the garage. We had a garage in our last house, but you had to leave the house to get there, which I know sounds really silly. Hang on, let me just pin this back. So this has sort of half of our stuff in at the moment. Like I said, Steve is at the storage unit right now. This is an electric door, which is really, really handy and has been very handy for moving stuff in because he's just been reversing the van up and we've just been shifting stuff across. It's a really good size space. We personally would never use this as a garage. We also have a garden shed, which I'll show you in a minute. So we don't need to put a lot in here. So what we're planning to do is turn this into a gym. We're going to keep the garage door, but just kind of, you know, do a little bit of work to turn it into a gym. But this is a really nice big space. Right, boys, we're back in the house. Come on. I almost forgot to take you guys outside. It is raining, so I'm going to be really quick. So here's the back of the house. So that's the kitchen window there. Obviously that's the conservatory. So yeah, we've got some little step ups here. So slightly elevated grass area, but not too bad. There's a little pergola situation there, but it's like completely rotten and falling apart. This bit kind of like just slopes down here. And it goes all the way round. So it's not super deep, but it's like really, really wide. We've got a little greenhouse here. And then this is around the other side. So we have this massive shed here, which is really, really handy. So we can put a lot of our like DIY stuff in there. I'm thinking maybe doing some little like veggie patches or something here, because I don't know, this is just kind of like no man's land. So maybe some little raised veggie patches would be nice here. And then obviously we have the greenhouse. But yeah, it's nice. There's like a decent amount of patio space to be able to put dining table, chairs, whatever we want, barbecue. Yeah, lots that we could do. We just need to get the time and the money first. Okay, so that's all the downstairs. Let's go up and I'll show you around up there. Oh, you're so cute. So at the top of the stairs to the right is the main bedroom. I'm going to show you that at the end because it's my favourite room. So directly up here, this is the main bathroom. So at the moment, the toilet doesn't work because it leaks. So we're not really using this. But yeah, it's like a good size, pretty standard. We'll obviously look to put like a kind of shower, like a proper shower above this, bath, and obviously update some of the stuff, but it's pretty decent quality to be fair. To the left of this is one of our spare bedrooms. So I'd say this is like a double size. You can kind of see on the carpet where they've had a double bed. So it's like a double bedroom. This looks out over the garden and the conservatory roof. Blech. It's really not very overlooked here. Like we're really, really lucky, and that's one of the things you want to make sure is like it is really private. Like nobody looks in at the front. Like that's obviously someone's side window in their garage, but apart from that, it's really, really private, which was so important to us. One thing I love about this house is every single bedroom has a built-in closet. Very American, and I love it. So they all have a kind of wardrobe like this that has a rail, a shelf there. I just love that. I think it's so much nicer than having to like buy wardrobes for everywhere. Just a little bit more seamless. We may want to change the doors out in the future, but it's not like a huge rush or anything. So back out onto the landing, sneak peek of the bedroom. In here, very uninteresting, but just useful. This is like an airing cupboard, basically. Storage in there already, perfect. We do have a loft hatch up there as well, so we can put some stuff in there. Nice big window, kind of looking out the front there. To the left here, this is another bedroom, but this is actually going to be Steve's office. So Steve and I can't work at the same office because we're on a lot of meetings and like it's just too hard and we'll wind each other up too much. We needed separate offices, which we've had for a while. This one's really nice as well because this is also south facing, so this will get, when the sun is actually out, should get like a decent amount of light in here. This is probably like a small double. This is like the smallest of all of the bedrooms. It's a little bit awkward because of where the wardrobe is. Like if the wardrobe wasn't there, it would be quite big, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be an office. So I think he said he's going to want his desk like there or something. This is still really useful for just like loads of storage and stuff. So we'll make good use of that. And then this bedroom over here is going to be like our main guest bedroom. We have set our bed up in here for now. So we slept in here last night because we want to like do some stuff to the main bedroom before we properly put stuff in there. So yeah, I actually love this bedroom. And this is our guest bedroom. And this is so much bigger than our last bedroom. Like I can't even tell you, like our last bedroom, there was literally just like a tiny walkway around the bed. So to have all of this room honestly just feels so wild. You've got the bay window in here, which is so cute. I just love this bedroom so much. South facing again. This is like a king size bed for reference, so you can kind of see like how much room there is. There's also these corner wardrobes. I actually considered, do I want to like actually have this bedroom? But you'll see why we want the other bedroom. So yeah, there's like a double wardrobe here. There's obviously another one with like a rail and a shelf in there as well. They're so cute, honestly. Like, this was the only house that we saw that we honestly absolutely fell in love with. Like, I nearly cried when we left from the viewing because I was just like, oh my God, this is it. Like, I love it. Just the vibes in this house is just exactly what we were looking for. This also has an ensuite in it. It's a little baby ensuite, but an ensuite's an ensuite, you know? So sink, toilet. The shower is very, very ickle. Very ickle. Like, we kind of don't think we'll be able to fit in here because it opens in like this. So it's very small. But, I mean, this is just, we're probably not going to do anything with this room for a long time because we're just going to pace ourselves, which is what we didn't do with our last house. Here is the wardrobe from the other spare room. So we could actually nick half of that wardrobe and do a much bigger shower in here, like a proper walk-in one. Given how small that shower is, I think we're probably going to want to do that. But obviously we're going to live in it. Okay, so time for the main bedroom. This definitely kind of sealed the deal for us. So you have this little like walkway bit. That's the ensuite, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is our master bedroom. This room is ginormous. I don't know if you can hear the echo in here. It's so, so huge. So this is actually above the garage. So it has these little dormer windows at the front. I actually really like the slopey ceiling. We did view a few houses which did have a slopey ceiling, and I felt like sometimes it can feel like it really closes you in. But this just feels so big and airy. I love that it's already got the sockets in place there for the bed. I mean, you can kind of see the mark on the floor, right? They had a double bed in here when we came and viewed it. We have a king bed, but we're toying with getting a super king. I want to measure it up and just make sure it doesn't look stupid. I don't know, like I want to make sure there's enough room around it and stuff. So we might size up with our bed, but we'll see. And then also, that is a whole wall of wardrobes. So our last house, I only had one wardrobe and I really, really struggled. But we now have 3, and these doors are smaller than the actual wardrobe is. So the wardrobe literally goes all the way across like that. So we have spoken about, in time, we will probably get new doors fitted on these because it's weird that the wardrobe ends there, but the door only goes that far, if you know what I mean. So I think we'll look at basically widening that opening just to make it a little bit more accessible. But yeah, the like crazy amount of wardrobe space, which is lovely. There's a random window here, which in all honesty, we think we might block up because, I don't know, for me, it kind of feels a little off balanced. And also it just looks onto our neighbour's house. It's just a brick wall. And this is south facing, so all the light comes in here. No light really comes in this window. So I think we might actually look at closing that off. But again, not something that we're looking to do really soon or anything. I know this is so silly, but I love that there's like a TV aerial there because we're those people that have a TV in our bedroom. So we're going to get a massive like chest of drawers to go there. Probably like a nice little armchair. Really excited to do this room, and I think this is the first one we're going to do. Back through the little archway. I actually love all the little archways in this house. And this is our ensuite. So this was actually done quite recently, I think, over the last few years. This is so nice because some of the house is a little dated. It is really nice to have like a more modern bathroom. So we have quite a big shower unit here. I actually really like the tiles as well. Like there's not really much I change about this bathroom. Nice kind of modern toilet, mirror. There's a towel radiator behind this door as well. We haven't filled these yet, but all of these are like proper like soft close vanity units. I'm not a huge fan of the gloss grey and the handles, so I'm thinking I'll do like a little DIY and maybe do some vinyl wrap and kind of wrap it and go for like a wood or something just to warm it up a little bit. But we also have this unit here, which is amazing. So even more storage, which we've obviously not filled yet because we've not really unpacked, but a massive kind of storage unit there to put all our bits in as well. So yeah, that is the house. Honestly, it's so surreal being here because we had such a tough journey to get here. Like the house buying process this time round, honestly, like beyond tested us both. It was the most stressful experience I've ever had. So it just feels so wild to be in here. And it's like our dream house. We're looking to be here for a really long time, which is why we want to really kind of live in it, figure out like exactly what we want. Whereas our last house was, we never knew we were going to stay there very long. So everything we did, we were like, yeah, let's just quickly do it and get on with it. Whereas we want to shift our mindset with this house and kind of just really take our time and figure out exactly what we want. So yeah, let me know what you think of the house. Like we absolutely love it. Honestly, like we couldn't have even dreamed of getting a better house than this. It just felt so perfect and the right timing and everything. But obviously this means I am going to be posting a lot more videos, kind of taking you guys along with the journey and showing you what we're going to get up to, little DIYs. We are going to be less hands-on with this one DIY, obviously, but doesn't mean I can't show you the process. The last renovation literally killed me. It was such hard work because I did so much of it myself and I have a full-time job. So we're obviously going to be doing a lot of the more manageable DIY, like the decorating and things like that, and little hacks and little bits like that. But the main bulk of it, we will be hiring that out because I cannot do it again. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you have liked it. And obviously don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like I said. Lots more content coming soon. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.